Hi guys, and welcome to Visual C++ tutorial of how to convert ListBox into a tabular box. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you guys how this works. First of all, let's clear the whole system and let's add new details. Let's say we have following student details, and the name of this very student, let's say, is Mary Allen, and the course she's studying, let's say she's in second year, and the course happens to be business, and she's a full-time student. All we then need to do is just to click on update. There we go. You can add more students, add any other student that you like. Let's say it's Larry. The student ID is as follows, and the first name is Larry Moore. It's a first year student studying mathematics, and let's say it's a part-time program. Let's click on add. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into C++ development environment. I will put one of these together.
Confirm if you want to exit.
So let's do that now, guys. Alright, so let's start a new program entirely. I'm going to right click in here and just select new. Okay, let's click on create, and I'm going to select Visual C++ here. You can see it is CLR empty project. If you don't have CLR empty project, all you need to do is drop this down, select C++, select Windows, and you just need to look for CLR empty project, or you can just type it right up here. Now let's click on next. I'm going to give the project a name. I'll call it CPP Tabular ListBox. There we go. Click on create. There we go. So let's select the solution explorer here. You can pin that down if you want. Now inside this very solution explorer, you need to click on the property. That's the property right there. Select the property, and this dialog box pops up. So I would advise you to make sure you configure your system. If you are using 64-bit, if you're using 64-bit, make sure you configure it, and this should be 64-bit. And up here, the activate solution platform should be 64-bit. Here should be debug, and debug here in the configuration. Close that. And now come straight to the configuration properties. Select linker. Inside the linker, select system. Inside the system here, where we have subsystem, drop that down and select subsystem Windows. Windows subsystem Windows. Now come right here, back to the left side of it, the linker. Inside the linker again, select advanced, and then select point, enter point. Your enter point this time around must be main. Just type in main in there, and then you click on apply. Click on OK. There we go. Now the next thing you want to do is to right click on the name of your project, and you select add. Inside the add, select new item right there. Inside the new item, select CLR. You can also select UI, because UI does have a window form, or CLR. Okay, CLR do have a window form as well. So I'm going to set to for CLR. Click on add. Look at the name in there, it's myform.h. So I'm going to keep that and click on add. And there we go. We end up with an error, but that's no problem. Now let's double click on myform.h. Look at it right there, or myform.cpp. As for myform.h, there's nothing in there. That is it right there. So what we want to do now is to create our own form. So to create that, double click on myform.cpp, this very one, double click on it, and this empty page with include myform.h pops up. Now to evoke your form, go to the forum. I'm going to open up the forum. That's the forum right there. I will include this forum on my description area. You can see it, create C++ window form application in Visual Studio. So I'm going to scroll right down, and right here what I need is this following lines of code. I'm going to copy it, copy, and that's all there is to that forum. I'm finished with that. Paste the copied lines of code in here. You end up with an error. The error is now asking you to enter the name of your project right there. So I'm going to delete that and just enter CPP Tabular ListBox there, and this error should disappear now. Look at that. And that is it. If you like, you can run your program just to test it out. The form should display, but unfortunately the form is not here yet. So let's run it and you see what I'm talking about. That is your form right there. But the form is not officially on the Solution Explorer just yet. So the only way out is close the whole system so that it can refresh and reopen it. There, it's gone. I'm going to right click now and let's select CPP Tabular ListBox. Click on that to reopen it, and it's coming up now. Right there. That is the form there now. I can now double click and open up that very form. There we go. Make sure the form is selected. Go to the properties and let's change the form size to 1386 by 788. There we go. You can close this. Now I'm going to open up the toolbox. Inside the toolbox I need as follows. Let's come right down here. We need a panel. Grab hold of the panel, just drag it that much. Yeah, something like that. All the way here and down. And I'm going to change the color of that very panel. Let's go to the properties so that we can get that done. Back color. I'm going to settle for control dark. I think that might be too dark. Let's see. Control dark. And I'm going to add another panel. This other panel, I'm going to make that control dark. There we go. Yeah. And I'm now going to copy this panel. Just hold on to the control, click and drag. And I'm going to copy it again, bring it down somewhere there, and bring this down here. Something like that. Yeah, that'll do. And let's grab a list box. List box here, grab that and just draw it here. And take it all the way. Right. Now, we need some buttons. Let's grab hold of buttons and just paste it right in here. I'm going to make that about four buttons. We have 1, 2, and one more here. There. Let's change the color of these buttons to control dark. There we go. And I'm also going to change the font of this button to, let's go for 20. Make that bold. 20. And the font color, I'm going to make that white as well. Right. Okay, let's add labels on text box. Let's grab hold of label, one here, and we need text box. Text box here. And we can increase the size of that as well to something a little bit more readable. I think that might be too big. So I'm going to change that to 20 as well. Right. Hold on to the control, click and drag. And one more. Drag. Okay, that's fine. We're going to need some labels. So let's just copy these labels. Drag. Very good. So we now need combo box. Come in here and grab hold of combo box. There we go. And just change the font to 20 as well. There. That's fine. And one more. Okay, looking good. And up here, let's copy that. And I'm going to just change the font of that as well to, let's go for white. Font color will be white. Yep, that's fine. And what about the text content in there? We can change that to maybe, I'm going to call that tabular display or something like that. Let's come right down here and just enter tabular display on a list box. Let's make that, yep, that's fine. And I'm going to increase the font size of that. Let's see, we can make do with about maybe 72, something like that. 72. There. Grab it. Just move it all the way. Alright, looking good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just change the details here. So that's going to be student ID. First name, and this is going to be txt student ID and so on. Txt student ID. This is going to be first name. First of all, let's change that to txt first name. And here we have first name here. Right. I'm going to kind of like speed that up and get back to you guys. So let's speed that up. Okay guys, this is how it's looking now. So let me just run it and you guys see how that looks like. But as you can see here, I've just entered the names. Okay, that's what I just did to that. Just enter names in there, just like the other text box. So I'm going to run it so that you guys see how that looks like for now. That's how it's looking, but there's nothing happening right now. Nothing is happening. Okay, let's end that. Right, let's end it, and I'm going to go back to the Solution Explorer here. You see the name of my system, right click on it, and let's go to add. Inside the add, we add reference, select add reference, and in here I just want to include sound. So in there type in speech and select the speech there, click on OK. That's it, done. Once that is done, let's double click on the form. First of all, let's scroll right up here and get hold of the speech library. So I'm going to come in here and just let's grab hold of all of these using namespace. Grab hold of that, paste that underneath here, enter column, and in there you just want to type in speech. There we go, that's the speech right there. Then we also need the speech synthesizer. That is it right there. Okay, let's go right underneath the Pragma synthesizer here. Scroll right down so that we can declare our variables in there right here. So underneath here I'm going to press enter, and the very first variable I intend to declare, that will be string, a string variable. Enter add, and just says std, let's say details, and details in this case is going to be equals. So what I'm trying to do now is to define what I'm going to be using for my list box, the spacing. So in there, that should be in a quote. Right, so the very first one is going to be, let's make that 0, comma, and I'm going to make it -10, which means I want it to default to the left. And I'm just going to copy it. I intend to enter 6 because I only have 6 components on board. So the next one here, that would be, let's make that -13 again here, and this is going to be, let's say -15, and add one more, another -15 there, enter semicolon, and this is going to be 0, that will be 1, that will be 2, 3, 4, and 5 there. So that will take care of my list box. Alright, now before I go any further, let me just take care of the object that we play the audio, that will play the sound. Let's say speech synthesizer, reference to what I'm going to call SAPI, that is the instant, and I'm going to use garbage collector there, garbage collector new, that will be speech synthesizer. Let's just grab it here, paste that here, enter semicolon there. Alright, so inside form load, I'm going to address the following first inside the form load. So the name of this is list, that is LST output. That's the name I called it. Okay, I can just copy that, double click on the form itself, and right here inside the procedural area form load, I'm going to paste that, and I will say I want you to point to items and point to add. And what are we adding? We adding the following string character in the format of as follows, and there we go. That's the variable we intend to add. Paste that right in there, and this variable itself will contain as follows. The first one will be the student ID, comma, and that must be in quote as well though. Let's just make sure it's in quote. And the next one is going to be, let's say, first name, enter a comma, then we'll go for surname. That's fine. Then let's go for the course. I think we can go for the course and the year. Let's say comma, and that will be course, enter a comma again, and the academic year you are in. And finally, this one is going to be, I'm just going to make that F stroke P time. There. So this is going to be the heading, and here I'm just going to enter semicolon there. So if I run it now, this should display on the list box as the headings. So let's try that out. Click on run. There we go. Alright, we're getting somewhere. So let's exit out. So what I want to now do is, you see all of these combo box, I want, when I click on them, they should display whatever item I have in there. Okay, back into my form load, double click on the form load, and right underneath here I'm going to start with, I think the very first one was the very first one here that we have. I have the year, so double click on the form load again. So let's start with the year. So the name of the year is CMB year, that's it right there. I'm going to say point, that would be items, point to add, and add. I want to add the following, so let's start by saying select year. Right, so that's the very first one. So it's going to be first year, second year, third year, or the fourth year if you are in sandwich course. There we go. I've just copied and pasted. So the first one is first year, and here we have second year, we have third year here, and finally let's make that the fourth year. That'll be fourth. There. So that is done. Now the next one, I think that's a course, so let's come right back in here underneath here. I'm going to take care of the course. That will be, let's just copy this again instead of retyping it all, paste and change the name. This is course. Right, the very first one we can say select a course, or select course, whatever. Alright, taken care of. Come down here and paste. I'm going to have maybe about 6 there. Now the very first one, let's say we have English, then maybe computing, something like that here. And there we go, guys. So the next one is going to be, let's say that's going to be CMD full course. So point items, point add, and that is going to be Let's just select course type. The first one will be full-time. Copy, paste. So this is going to be full-time course. And so on, guys. And there we go. So I'm going to try this out. That's for the form load, the global variables declared, the form load, and let's run. And there we go. So we can select whatever we want in there and add. Okay, so that's fine. So let's come right down here, double click on the add data. Double click on that. Inside the add data, first of all, I'm going to declare the following variables. The first one is going to be ID, and let's see, can I enter string there? Hopefully it should take it like this. If not, I'm going to have to go underneath. That's first name. Well, it's taking it. I'm going to enter another one. That's going to be the surname and so on. Copy this. And one more. So this will be surname. Enter an S there. And here that's going to be the course. And here I'm going to make that year. And this is going to be full-time or full part, whatever. Okay, I've just declared my variables. You can also declare it just like this. The choice is yours, how you want it. Okay, you can do it that way. That's your choice. Alright, so let's assign, or let's initialize all of these variables, the declare variables. I'm going to come down here. So I will start by saying ID, that will be equals txt student ID dot text. Close that. Copy this if you want. Now the next one is going to be first name. First name, that will be equals txt first name. Paste. Now we have surname. That will be txt surname. Paste. There. Now let's take care of the course. That's the course. That will be equals cmb course and paste. Then we have the year. That will be equals cmb year, paste. And finally we have the full part. That will be equals cmb full part. There we go. That is it. All done. So whatever you enter inside any of your component text box is stored inside their respective variables that are declared. Now the next thing I want to do is I now need everything right inside my list box. So I might as well copy that and just change it around. Come right there, paste the list box in there. So we get it formatted, and the item that I want in there is I want that. I want first name, I want the surname, I want the course, I want the year. Remember, I've declared them in here. And finally I want the full part. Copy the full part and just paste it there. There we go. That is that. Done. So we can try it out. Let's run it and see how that's going to work. click on run. And there we go. Enter student ID in there and the name Paul Omen and the year, let's say third year, and that is going to be computing, and here is a full-time. Click on that. There we go. Look at that. Okay guys, so let's do the same for, let's take care of this for now. Click on this. I want all of these cleared and we can enter new details. Okay, exit out. Now come right down here, double click on add more. Okay, inside my add more button, I'm gonna just get hold of this and in here paste, clear, and repeat the same thing for the others. Next one, surname, let's copy that, paste, copy this as well, and this. All we just want it to do is just to clear it, then we add data into it, copy and paste. Right, so these ones here, let's change all of these to clear. There. And for your information, you can also clear by just typing in clear there, and that is for the text box. As for the components, these other ones, let's select it all and just get it indented. Just do it because there are some value in there, so I'm going to enter the correct value in there. So this one is going to be select course. There we go. And this is going to be select, let's select the type, and this is going to be select year, and this will be type of course. There we go. So that is add more taken care of. Now let's take care of the clear. Come right down here, double click on clear. I can just copy everything that we have inside add more, copy everything there, come right down here, paste. But we also need to make sure we have the data inside, because clear, we want the clear to clear everything. I'm just going to clear all of this off, and now change that to clear there. However, once it's cleared, I'm going to lose the headings as well, so I might as well just copy that here. Copy the heading, bring it down, just paste it right underneath here. There we go. So close the list box, re-enter the headings, and so on. And finally, let's take care of our exit. Come right down here, double click on that. Okay, with the exit, let's enter try. We could have been using try for the others anyway, but I just decide to add that in here. So I'm going to say try cache exception pointing to EX there. Now right up here, the first thing I'm going to ask the system to do, let's say system column windows column, let's say forms column dialog result, and the dialog result I'm going to give it the alias exit. Alright, I'm also going to now call SAPI, that was the speech regular speech activator declared up there. That's a variable I'm now calling, so it's going to be known as speech Asen. And in there I'm just going to enter confirm if you want to exit. So in here we say confirm if you want to exit for the speech, and right down here we now enter I exit equals, that would be equals message box dot show, and in here we just enter confirm if you want to exit. Paste. That's the first argument. Second argument, I'm going to call it tabular, followed by message box button, column yes or no, comma, then next is going to be in message box icon, and my icon I'm going to use question, enter semicolon. And right underneath here I'll now use an if statement to validate the selection made. If I exit equals all of the above, grab hold of all of these, paste that there, and that will be column yes, enter coil braces, in that case application column exit there, and that's all there is to that. So let's see, that should have been I exit. Yeah, that is it done. Message box column show, and that is going to be ex add message. There we go. There, that's my exit taken care of. So I'm going to run that now, and let's see how that's going to work. Click on exit.
Confirm if you want to exit.
You hear that, guys?
Confirm if you want to exit.
Yeah. Okay, one other thing that you guys can do is, you can always just copy all of these. Let's exit out. You can always copy everything that we have in there and use it for the clear. You can grab hold of try, come down here, paste, and get hold of everything we have in here. Yeah, get hold of this and paste. That is for, and that should take care of the clear. Okay, that's just to do with the constraint. Okay, just to help with error handlers. So if you want to do that, you can go ahead and get that done as well. The choice is yours. So guys, with that, I'm going to call it the end of this beautiful tutorial in C++. I suppose you guys enjoy it. And please do subscribe to my channel. You can always join to become a member of the channel. There's a lot of benefit if you're a member. But before I go, let's just try it out and see the student ID. And the name is Larry Peters. And select as follows. So third year students, computing, full-time. Add more records. That's the purpose of these. I'll be Tony there. Montana here. Let's add a course, first year. mathematics and it's a full-time student. Add. There we go. There. And this is how the clear works. Clear everything both here and here. Okay, so guys, but before I go, let me just show you guys the lines of codes again. Let's come in here, so that will be, it says Kingsley. Let's add. So let's show you the lines of codes one more time. Okay, take it up, and here, declare as follows. Create the following objects. Inside your form load, enter as follows for the form load. Inside the button update, enter the following lines of code for the button update. Add more data, enter as follows. And clear. There. Exit. There we go. So with that, guys, I'm gonna call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed it, and please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. There are a lot of benefits for members. You all have a nice day now, and bye for now.